my name is Shannon Costello and I'm a registered dietitian with Corporate Fitness Works. Today we're in my home kitchen and we are going to brew some spiced hot apple cider. This warming beverage is perfect for sipping on after dinner, in front of the fireplace, while you're watching a movie, or when you get back from being out in the cold. The nutrients of the fresh fruit and all the different spices give this drink some added benefits. Putting this cider together is very simple. You can either use a slow cooker if you plan to make multiple batches or need to keep it warm for a few hours, or you can just use a stock pot on the stove if you plan to serve just one batch right away. Either way is fine, and the prep time takes less than 10 minutes depending on how good your knife skills are. We simply need some fresh apple cider and some filtered water. Then we'll use your red apple of choice, a fresh orange, some cinnamon sticks, or you can opt to use ground cinnamon. And then as an option, you can also add either ground ginger, or I prefer freshly grated ginger, and some whole cloves. Also an option is a pinch of nutmeg. These really add some great flavor. Seasonings, spices, and herbs are really underrated when it comes to nutrition. For example, cinnamon has been found to help stabilize blood sugars and increase blood circulation. Ginger is great for digestion and easing nausea. Cloves are packed with antioxidants that help fight off stress that's put onto our cells. So try to use a variety of herbs and spices in all your daily cooking. To get started, I chose to use the stock pot method. So I went ahead and added the apple cider and water to the stock pot over medium-high heat, and I'm going to bring it to a low boil. And while that's heating up, we're going to slice the orange. So be sure to thoroughly wash the outside of the peel, as we will keep this on for extra flavor and nutrients. And then using a very sharp knife, simply cut off the ends of the orange and hold the orange nice and sturdy against the flat cutting board, as this is a round surface, so we don't want it to rock and roll. And then we'll just very thinly cut the orange into its slices. Again, just as thin as possible, and these will go right into the cider. Now you can either dice or slice the apple depending on what's easiest for you or how you want to present the cider to a crowd. Refer to my video on crunchy candy apple slices to learn how to use the box method to cut the apple into wedges before dicing. If you want a nice visual to the cider, you can make what's called donut slices. So place the apple on its side, and then we'll start off by cutting the stem off on the top. And discard this. And then just like we did with the oranges, you'll just cut thin slices, as thin as possible. Again, it helps to have a very sharp knife. And once you move through the entire apple, once you get to the core, you see these seeds, you can just simply take a spoon and move around the center. And then if you have an apple core tool, that works well too. And just remove the inner parts. And you have some nice orange and apple slices consistently floating on the top of your cider. Simple as that. Now that we have everything prepped and my apple cider and water has come to a light boil, I'm just gonna go ahead and add everything into the apple cider pot and bring the heat down to low, so it'll just simmer and infuse all of these flavors, release some of the juices in the fruit. And we'll cover that and let it simmer for about 30 minutes so it can really get some of that flavor. Now, if you're using the slow cooker, then at this point you would just add all of your ingredients to the slow cooker, turn it on low for about an hour to 2 hours, depending on how deep you want that flavor. And then when it comes time to serve, just about 15-20 minutes beforehand, turn it down to the warm setting so that it is a good temperature to consume. Oh yes, this smells so comforting. You can add optional garnishes to serve, like fresh cranberries, more apple and orange slices, fresh cinnamon sticks. But go ahead and enjoy this warm. Cheers!